I'm headed to the airport from Florida. It's been here since Tuesday, busting some things wide open because it's time.
Yeah.
So I need to lock down stuff. Well, I'm going to be locking down stuff with first off the water valve company
Uh-huh.
because I just finished a meeting this morning with a longtime friend of mine. They already have a full sales team in place in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
They can include the installs when they sell the solar to their customers. They can include the water valve into the sale
Uh-huh.
and finance it for them with the install. They're expanding into 5 other states right now. Their sales teams into 5 other states right now, including California. And then they want the battery technology to just plug and play as soon as we have that locked down as well.
Hell yeah.
So I'm basically, I'm just teeing it up to become the master distributor for them, for both companies.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the smart play.
So yeah, I mean, Nico and I were talking about, building sales team and all that, and I'm like, what if we don't even need to build a sales team? What if we just focus on master distributorship?
Yeah,
Because
for real. Like, there's
sale,
already existing sales teams.
there are right there. Why reinvent the wheel?
Exactly.
Why not just plug it into the slot?
Precisely.
And they've never heard of technology like this, and they literally told me that as soon as we get the deal in place, they will start pre-selling it. They're like, it's an easy pre-sell because they're already waiting 3 months for solar install,
Yep.
anyways.
Right.
So, and then they just add it to the financing package, and it cost them pennies.
Yep. And the cool thing is, you probably already know, but these battery systems with Stack are already on the approved product list for every single major solar financer that there is.
Right. And the only concern that we have to work with through the battery portion of it is their supply, because that was something that Steve alluded to.
I remember, yeah, but I think that once he starts seeing, like call it within the first 30 days or whatever, he's gonna see a big difference between what's being brought to the table now versus other people, and I think that that's gonna instantly, set it off in his mind to fix that problem real fast.
So I'm meeting with Nico on Wednesday. We actually might even just speed it up and just be like, dude, if he can meet on Monday, we're just gonna pound it out, because I've got people chomping at the bit for this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, why not just get this thing into their hands?
Right.
Let's get 1,000 pre-orders and then order 2,000 units.
Yep, absolutely.
So then we can start getting the.
Because you're seeing this like I'm seeing this. You're seeing this as this should be bringing in millions a month.
Yes, easily.
Easily.
Easily millions a month, and it's gonna be by not reinventing the wheel. It's gonna be plugging it directly into the already existing vehicles that they're already knocking on doors. They're already out there. They're already selling it. Energy efficiency technology. So I was able to mix some. This was a total last minute unplanned trip, and I ended up making a host of amazing connections, including um, the one I just spoke, mentioned.
Phenomenal.
So yeah, it just sounds like a opportunity. Always sounds like a whole lot of hard work, and so when I see something that is worth running with, I'm not one for. I don't need vacation days.
Exactly.
So I'm running on. I've literally been getting to bed at like 2 a.m. every day because we're like out to dinner and they're closing the restaurants on us with people.
Right.
Kind of stuff. So just meeting, reconnecting with people that I know are movers and shakers, and I have you remember Pastor Rodney?
Yep, sure do.
I'm down at his church at his meeting, just reconnecting with all my old friends that are basically you know, the movers and the shakers, people I've known for decades.
Yes, I love it, man.
So, and then when these guys say that they're gonna they're chomping at the bit, I already know what they're capable of.
Yep.
So, dude, it's about to be on. You know, I know we probably have a whole bunch. Well, we do have a whole bunch of details to sort out. You know, I know some of our conversations have been, at this point, you've alluded to just more of being like a facilitator,
Mm-hmm.
kind of. So let's, you know, once obviously there's no birds in the hand. There's not even birds in the, you know, we've got potential birds in the bushes right now.
Right.
So we'll, you know, cross those bridges. I'll keep you apprised. But I mean, I'm burning the midnight oil right now. When I could be home, propping my feet up, waiting for my grandbaby to get be born.
Well, yeah, I hear you, but you know the thing is though, it's like you're I would imagine not even thinking twice about it, because this is one of those once in a lifetime, you know, things that just comes upon you, and to have access to not just the smart valve, but also the batteries and the timing with both of them. I mean,
Yeah, the timing is really, really good, man.
It's so good.
And it's you know, when things are easy and they're not forced, and it feels right, because I'm like, I'm not interested in having another, you know, trip up my shoelaces were tied together
Right.
moment. You know, I've had a few of those in the past, and so, you know, I'm making sure that that everything's going. But you know, I'm ready to invest my time and resources and finances into launching this thing, and I'm going to spend the next, you know, I have 4 months until Christmas light starts, so I'm already dedicating that time to get this thing up and running, and then we'll just see where I am. It may not even be worth it for me to go make a couple $100,000 a month hanging Christmas lights if I'm making 7 figures a month doing this.
Yep, absolutely. Well, my friend, I think that this is about the surest thing that I've seen probably ever, to realistically hitting millions a month in revenue, and virtually overnight. And I mean, I don't know. What's your opinion? You feel the same on that?
Oh, I think the potential revenue is 9 figures for uh, each vertical.
I love it. I love it.
And that's a year. I think we could be 9 figures. Honestly, we could be 9 figures with the right connections in the next 12 months. It just, you know, obviously it depends on a lot of hard work and a lot of factors.
Absolutely.
But the way I'm seeing people get excited, that, listen, they don't get excited over much, bro. They've seen it all.
Yep.
Right? And when I'm gauging their interest, when I'm taking my friend Nico to basically tear this thing apart and shoot holes in it, put your business law degree to work and all your your legal experience, and basically tell me how bad of an idea this is, and he comes back and he's more excited about it than I am, and says, I feel like we just met with the founders of Google before anybody knew what Google was. And I went, dude, you're no help in discouraging me. I'm already encourageable. So you're no help. But I mean, he's basically, so Nico at this point, he's like, I'm willing to walk away from my law firm if you'll have me in this. And I said, absolutely, because this is something that I need. I'm like, I'm going to have to basically hire an attorney anyways. Why not just have him as a partner?
I completely agree. Smart play.
So
you got legal and constantly, so that's a smart play.
Then I think, and I already know he's got my back. You know, we're already friends, and he's a very shrewd businessman, and he's a very shrewd, like, he don't mess around when it comes to taking people to task on whatever needs. He's not good at losing. Just say that. So we'll have him. I'll have him on the team for basically helping me do this. Plus, he's like, I'll step away from my law firm, and I'll bring all my contacts and resources as well to be part of this, because he's like, I see the potential, and I'm willing to put my skin in the game for this. So I'm like, dang it, dude! Now I have to do this.
Yep, absolutely.
So I think what's going to happen is we're going to form a distributorship, and then we're going to start forming alliances with companies that already have sales teams in the field.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at that going, dude, I would rather shave, a big chunk of margin off and get an even bigger portion of volume.
Rather have 1% off the efforts of 100 than 100% off your own efforts?
Well, 1% off the efforts of 1,000.
Correct, exactly.
Than the 100% of the efforts off of one, right?
That's right, absolutely.
So let's 10x and 100x this thing. So it's like when I'm looking at numbers that are possible 10x and 100x and even 1,000x, I've got a guy that's like, I can take this to 12,000 solar door knockers. You just let me know when in Denver.
What?
Or in the state of Colorado.
What? That's insane.
So, and I don't have as good of a relationship with him as I do with the person that I met with this morning. We've been friends for 20 years. So, and I know him. I was staying at his house. My wife and I, whenever we fly through Orlando, we stay at their house. Like if we have an overnighter or whatever, coming from St. Thomas.
Right.
So it's like, our kids grew up together. Like I know him and his wife. We're friends, and I know who they are as what their character is.
Right.
So, and that's really important to me nowadays. I don't have enough time left in my life to get involved with people that
I know, because you'll end up in situations like what happened with me. So
yeah.
So now the good news is that going forward, that'll never happen again, because I learned that
Right.
lesson so well. But yeah, it's exactly that's exactly the reason why you have to make sure that your relationships are correct in business, because it's just
absolutely. And it's just something you have to learn. And I mean that's another reason why I'm bringing a business attorney into it, because it's like, dude, if you want to even try to mess with me, we'll own this and whatever you're doing too.
That's it.
So I'm not going to play. So and I mean I'm looking at it from the perspective of I'm going to sink my teeth into this so hard that it's bro, I'm going after exclusivity. I want exclusive distribution rights for both products, because I feel like I can bring the volume to them. So, and then I think the water guy what we'll do is for example, we'll do some pre-orders, and we'll do it at the original pricing, and then I want him to give me like a tiered volume ordered price sheet where we're ordering in advance, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But I'm getting ready to hop out here at the airport, catching a flight back to Texas. I think I'm flying home I've been here since Tuesday. I might have 5 hours of sleep.
Well,
First day I flew. We went to bed late, and then we were up at 7, and I didn't get to bed till 2 or 2:30. And then we were up at 7 again, and same thing yesterday. And then I got to sleep until like just before 8 today, and finished up, and now I'll be home at midnight.
Well,
but that's that's why I believe in myself, because I know that I'll do whatever it takes to get it done.
Absolutely.
I'm the best partner I ever had.
Well, you're a good man, my friend, and
so are you, man. And just I really appreciate you coming to me with this, and you know, not giving up, and pushing through all the noise, because sometimes that's what we got to do. Is keep pushing through all the noise, and so I really appreciate you.
It's an honor and a privilege, my friend, and thanks for being there. And I've been wanting to be in business with you for years and years, and this isn't it. This is just one of many to come up, because we have.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah, we have some real big tech plays that are going to come up. We've got a bunch of those to sort through. So we got a lot of opportunity coming, my friend.
Yeah.
It's an honor and a privilege to know you and to work with you. Okay.
Awesome. Well, I'm very excited for the future, and looking forward to working together on whatever comes.
Yes.
So,
thanks so much,
and making a crap ton of money together.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Love it, man. All right, talk to you later, bro.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.